This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. I'm Stephanie Roberts, and it's great to have Josh here with us this morning.
You know, looking at all that food, it's making my mouth salivate.
Oh, already, yes. It is time to think about eating. But, you know, a lot of folks up now cooking, and a lot of folks up now getting ready for the many turkey trots across the area. And I'm always thinking, what a great idea to get up and get the run in first. That way you can justify everything that you do the rest of the day.
Not the turkey trot going from establishment to establishment to establishment.
That was last night.
And
those people aren't up yet.
Okay.
So what kind of weather do we have if we're up
well,
early
I think
this
you
morning?
reported that you saw some fog early this morning,
Yeah, you
right?
could feel the increased humidity, a little bit of ground fog on Fruitville Road.
Yep. Well, it looks like there's maybe some areas of patchy fog, but for the most part, we are looking at clear conditions outside. 64 degrees, the current temperature. Dew point sitting at 58 degrees at this time. And as far as a radar, everything very quiet. Area of high pressure in control. Maybe a few sprinkles down in Lee County, but that's outside our viewing area, and that's well to the south. As far as our temperature forecast goes, our normal, Stephanie, is 77. We're going to climb into the low 80s today. It's going to feel very comfortable, but we may see a few more clouds in the sky this afternoon. We'll have more on the details of this coming up in a few minutes.
All right, looks like a nice Thanksgiving day. On the roadways this morning, things obviously quiet for the holiday. Not a lot of volume on any of the roadways. Downtown Bradenton looking very quiet. I-75 quiet even through the construction zone. No workers out there early this morning, but obviously still the orange barrel, so extra caution needed in those construction zones. As we head into Sarasota, it's quiet across Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads. I-75 reporting accident-free conditions through Sarasota County, and things looking good as well into South County. But as we go throughout the morning and especially midday, we do expect a lot of volume on the roadways, so please be extra careful. At 5:02, topping our news this morning, the Suncoast is ready for the holidays. The streets of downtown Sarasota were alive with people enjoying Thanksgiving Eve last night. All of the outdoor tables at Patrick's Restaurant on Main Street were full. Some vacationers we spoke with said felt a little strange to be outside having such fun in late November.
I'm from up north, so it's a little off for me because it's warm here, so I'm forgetting it's Thanksgiving, but I'm enjoying this.
Sarasota service workers say this is one of the busiest nights of the year. Thanksgiving Eve was, along with New Year's Eve and St. Patrick's Day. And throughout town and all across the country now, the holiday rush is on. 27.3 million Americans are set to travel by air this weekend. That is a 2.5% increase from last year. The 2.5 million passengers were at airports yesterday alone. And to accommodate the rush, TSA hired 1,400 agents and promoted many part-time workers to full-timers. They've also rolled out faster security lines at some of the nation's biggest airports.
We're running a daily operations center now that focuses specifically on screening operations hour by hour at the top 30 airports.
Yesterday, obviously a very busy travel day. Today, volume is expected to be lighter as people are at their destinations enjoying the holiday. But Sunday, when everyone heads home, the busiest travel day of the weekend. This morning, over 1,000 runners will be participating in the annual Turkey Trot. The race is a unique family-oriented event aimed at supporting the food bank of Manatee County and the organization Turning Points. Rather than charging a registration fee, the Bradenton Runners Club is asking that locals bring cash or canned goods just to make a donation to the causes. The 5-mile course will start and finish at the gate of the DeSoto National Memorial on 75th Street, and that race starts at 8 a.m. And Bradenton law enforcement officers are actively looking for leads this morning in a teenage shooting case. The incident happened yesterday in Pride Park. A 15-year-old student was shot while playing basketball in Bradenton. The teen was transported to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The victim says he did not know the suspects. Anyone with information on that incident should contact Crime Stoppers. In Sarasota County, reports of a shooting prompt a Publix to go on lockdown. It happened outside the Publix at the corner of Bee Ridge and Beneva Roads. Deputies were called to the scene last night after there were several reports of shots fired. Sarasota County Sheriff's Office tells us the loud sound actually wasn't from a shooting. A car ran into a transformer on the corner, but the driver fled the scene. While public service work can be stressful, some workers in Northport are taking some time to spread holiday joy at Thanksgiving.
Baby, ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
The city of Northport is saying thank you to the community with The Sound of Music. The Solid Waste Division is thanking everyone as another year comes to a close. The crew is part of a lip sync video called Thanksgiving Medley. Feature sounds like Getting Jiggy with It, Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and Whoop, There It Is, just to name a few. Well, speaking of solid waste, no garbage, yard waste, or recyclables will be picked up today because of the Thanksgiving holiday. If today is one of your typical pickup days, it will be pushed back a day to Friday, and those whose regular pickup day is Friday will be picked up this week on Saturday. That schedule goes for all of Sarasota and Manatee counties. Well, if you do not have plans to cook for Thanksgiving today, there are some restaurants in Sarasota that have you covered. Here's some tasty options of places staying open for the holiday. Table Creekside Restaurant plans to serve Florida stone crabs with turkey and ham. Polo Grill and Bar is offering Thanksgiving buffet style, and Louis Modern is offering their Thanksgiving on a big farm table. Philippi Creek Oyster Bar, Ophelia's on the Bay, Madison's and Michael's on East also open today. Now, most of these restaurants did accept reservations ahead of time, so just to be sure there are still tables available, you may want to call before you head out the door. There's also a couple of free meals being offered around town. In Englewood, the End Zone Sports Grill is having a free Thanksgiving dinner from noon to 3 today. Anyone is welcome regardless of financial status. Plus, the David's Jubilee Center at Indian Mound Park in Englewood is offering a free dinner at 2 o'clock, from noon to 2 rather, this afternoon, as well as the Gulf Cove United Methodist Church in Port Charlotte. They're having a free dinner with turkey and all the fixings from noon until 3. One church on the Suncoast is preparing to help provide food specifically for an often overlooked community. Trinity Without Borders is set to serve over 200 turkey dinners to local homeless families this Thanksgiving season. They'll be in 2 different locations. Starting at noon, they will stop at Robbins Apartment Complex in Bradenton to hand out meals. Then at 2:30, they will move to the Cabana Inn in Sarasota. Alongside the free meals, they are also hosting music and art activities for the holidays. Well, if you are preparing your own Thanksgiving feast at home, there's some things that you have to be extra cautious of, and one that many don't think of right off the bat is your plumbing. Thanksgiving is actually one of the busiest days of the year for plumbers. That's because many families have to call for help after cooking their meals. They often end up shoving Thanksgiving ingredients down the drain.
Yesterday, I went to a customer's home that was cooking a smaller turkey, and the family didn't like it, so she cut it in half and she stuck it down the garbage disposal, and she stopped when smoke was coming out.
Well, if you don't want a big plumbing bill this weekend, be sure to watch what you throw down the garbage disposal and sink. I will tell you from experience, too much potato peel does not work. Big amounts of anything can clog it up, but if something does happen to get stuck, run water down the drain for at least 45 seconds after shutting the disposal before you make that pricey phone call. Here's another thing you want to be wary of this Thanksgiving: mislabeled ingredients. Heinz is recalling about 5,000 pounds of gravy for labeling issues. The USDA says that jars of Bistro au jus gravy are incorrectly labeled as pork gravy. The product contains milk and soy, but Heinz did not label those allergens. If you have one of the boxes, food safety officials say it's actually better to throw it away, and that way be sure to taste all of your holiday products as you open them. If something seems off, it's better to be safe than sorry and not use it. Well, here on the Suncoast, malls are extending their hours to give shoppers more time to hunt down the bargains for this big holiday weekend. University Town Center Mall will be open for Thanksgiving shoppers from 6 p.m. to midnight tonight. Then it closes and reopens for Black Friday at 7 a.m. and will stay open Black Friday until 10 a.m. That's UTC. The Sarasota Westfield Mall will be open from 6 p.m. to midnight tonight and then reopen at 7 a.m. until 9 p.m. on Black Friday. And the Westfield Southgate Mall is closed for Thanksgiving, but they will open at 8 a.m. for Black Friday shoppers. Well, if you are out late and you decide to grab a drink this holiday weekend, make sure you have a backup plan in place before you drive home. And if you need help getting home, AAA is offering its tow-to-go service. You and your car get a ride home or to somewhere safe as long as it's within 10 miles. The number is on your screen. It's 855-2TOW-2GO. Tow-to-go services are being offered today through 6 a.m. on Sunday. And also today, Chef Judy will be joining us dark and early on this Thanksgiving morning because we know that many of you are awake and working on the Thanksgiving meal. And you know, things happen. You have questions, you have concerns. So Judy's going to be here with lots of tips for us and will hopefully help people out who might need a little help.
That sounds great. She's in the studio right now preparing for that.
She
Looking
is.
forward to that.
So I have to ask, have you ever made a turkey?
Have I? I like to lie to you and say
No,
that,
don't
you know,
lie.
I can't. No, I haven't.
And
I
that's
haven't.
okay because there's lots of first-timers out there this morning and they're probably concerned. So
Exactly. There's probably, but you know, I can smell. I'm a good smeller.
you're a good smeller and a good
taster,
eater. I have no
exactly.
doubt too.
Yes.
Well, I like to get some exercise after the big meal. Is any chance of getting out and about this afternoon? Any problems?
I think we're going to be okay today. Now, there is a cold front coming our way that could change our weather slightly over the weekend. We'll talk about it coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. And also still to come, a local tradition is preparing to start once again this weekend. Linda Carson previews the Venice Holiday Parade, which I'm looking forward to being at this weekend. We'll have a special first look. Also coming up, President Obama is celebrating the holidays by giving back, how he and the First Family are helping to serve joy to veterans this Thanksgiving. Stay with us.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a CRV for $219 during Wild's final clearance. Just $219 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
You might feel like there's too many problems in the world or that, you as a 15-year-old, 16-year-old can't really make a difference.
It's not always about you. It's not just one person. It's a group. It's a team.
Just that simple act is transforming someone else's life.
It's one of the best feelings in the world.
It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now, during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Google GoWildHonda.com. Lease a Civic for $179 during Wild's final clearance. Just $179 and 0 down. Now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi on this Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Let's look at our current temperatures right now. It's 64 in Sarasota, 62 in Venice, 58 in Northport, a little bit cooler in Sebring at 56 degrees, but mid to upper 50s, lower 60s around the Suncoast on this Thursday morning. As far as the radar goes, there's nothing to show you here. We have dry air aloft, but a little more moisture is making its way into the Suncoast, and that's going to produce some cloud cover as we go through the next several hours and into tonight. So just a few passing clouds, but our weather is going to change slightly over the weekend. We're talking about another cold front coming down from the north that's going to dry our weather once again. So we're calling for clear skies over the weekend. So if you're looking for sunshine, you're going to like that. But as far as rainfall, which we really could use the rain, we don't have it in our forecast, unfortunately. That could change, though, next week. We'll show you that in the 7-day outlook. But what is this? Oh, my gosh. We actually have a hurricane down here in the Caribbean that's affecting Nicaragua and Costa Rica, and it's a Category 1 hurricane. It was a hurricane yesterday, and then it was downgraded to a tropical storm, then overnight became a hurricane again. It's a Category 1 with sustained winds of 85 miles per hour. Unfortunately for the folks down here in Central America, they're going to be dealing with some very heavy rain, some strong winds, and some, unfortunately, possibly mudslides, because this is very mountainous terrain in this area. Not for us, though. We're in the clear, but just to let you know, we've had quite an active season. Last couple of hurricanes have been on the strong side. Talking about Matthew, remember that at one time was a Category 5. Nicole was a Category 4. Otto, which is this latest hurricane down in Central America, is a Category 1. So we've had some activity this season, and we still are in hurricane season, but the tail end of it, it ends officially on November 30th, which is good news. As far as storms around the lower 48, we do have a upper level low spinning here in the northern Midwest here that's tracking towards the northeast. Caused some delays yesterday, but fortunately, hopefully people have gotten to their destinations today, and no real issues for traveling for a lot of people today, which is good news. For the boaters today, expect the high tide at 9:32 a.m., low tide at 3:30 this afternoon, and sunrise will be at 6:58 this morning. All right, if you're going to the beach today or actually taking the boat out, seas at 2 feet, light chop in inland waterways. Beach day will be around 80 degrees. We're going to be inland, a little bit warmer than that, but we will expect mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies this afternoon. As our average for this time of the year, 77, we're going to top out at 82 here in Sarasota, looking pretty good there. But I said there could be a change over the weekend. A cold front's going to be coming our way. It's going to be a dry cold front, so not really stirring any sort of shower activity for us, but could drop our temperatures back to more normal-like in the upper 70s over Saturday and Sunday. And then another more potent cold front looks to come our way by mid to late next week to bring us a better chance of rainfall. Boy, Stephanie, we really need some more rain in the area.
Yes, dry conditions out there, but good to see on Thanksgiving Day. Thank you very much, Josh. Also good to see quiet traffic conditions for the most part. We do now have an accident popping up in North Sarasota. It is at 39th and Tuttle, so kind of off the beaten path there, not on a main thoroughfare, but we are still looking at now one wreck showing up on the maps. I-75 is accident-free and delay-free through Manatee County. Starting to see a few folks out and about. Fruitville Road, Bee Ridge Road, and Clark Roads, though, still moving well. A little bit of volume there now on 301 headed southbound toward the downtown area. As you head into South County, I-75 accident-free. The construction zones not picked up, of course, for the holiday, but workers not on scene today. We expect heavy volume as we go throughout the day today, so please allow extra time and take some extra care. It is 5:18, and there are a few changes on the way for a winter tradition in Venice. The holiday parade kicks off Saturday, but with the new year comes new rules. Venice officials say people cannot use tarps, stakes, or ropes to hold spots along the parade route. The biggest concern for Venice police is the safety of families, and he says a blanket flying out into traffic could put parade performers at risk as well.
We want to make sure that things like blankets and chairs don't blow into the roadway and potentially cause an accident.
You think, oh my heavens, these people are really serious about this. We're not going in those little old folding chairs, we're going first class.
Oh, we're not kidding. One family attending the parade several years ago used a sofa to hold their place along the parade route for days beforehand. Well, rather than bringing a sofa, starting now, parade goers can put out their chairs for a good spot for Saturday night. ABC 7's Linda Carson is putting the parade in the spotlight this week and has a sneak peek on everything you'll see in Venice.
Old Betsy, Venice's beloved first fire truck, will lead the parade as she has for 41 years with parade founder Earl Midland at the wheel.
Thomas Edison sat on it in 1927 here, and she's 90 years old.
Also aboard Old Betsy, the man who drove her in the parade 71 years ago.
We're going to have Glenn Stevens. He drove it when he was 15, and he's 86 now.
There'll be a lot of history in the parade. John Bailey will be driving this car.
This car was belonged to the Roosevelt family back in the 20s. Teddy Roosevelt Jr., when he was Assistant Secretary to the Navy, drove this car in the Washington area.
His passengers in the parade will impersonate two very famous men in Venice's history.
I'm Dr. John Albee. I have a clinic here in the city of Venice, and this is John Nolan, famed city planner. And he is the man that we brought in to design the city of Venice.
So we're going to ride in this beautiful turn-of-the-century automobile and celebrate the heritage and founding of Venice.
Festivities start Saturday night at 5:30, and the parade steps off down Venice Avenue at 7 p.m.
We have about 88 participants, but then don't forget that the Shriners are 10, but we only count them as one. But so it's a fairly large parade.
The Venice High School Band will march, and Santa himself is coming.
This year we hear that he's bringing the misses, so that'll be great. And Santa will make 2 appearances in the parade, one in the beginning to kick it off, and one at the end as the grand finale.
And the Boy Scouts will be collecting food for the Venice Food Bank, so bring along a non-perishable item to donate. Festivities start at the Venice Parade at 5:30 Saturday night, and the parade steps off at 7. It's the best way in the world to get in the holiday spirit. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, and we are looking forward to joining everybody in the Venice Parade. We will, of course, be there. ABC 7, Scott Dennis, I'm riding along, and John Scalzi as well, so lots to look forward to. Still to come here on Good Morning Suncoast, a battle is brewing between big-name retailers for your bucks on Black Friday. What tricks they're testing to grab your attention. And also coming up, speaking of shopping, is shopping on Thanksgiving today really even considered Black Friday shopping? Why many shoppers just don't agree with these sales starting so early.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little Sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC 7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
It's 5:24, and while some are excited about holiday foods this year, others just want the good deals with Black Friday sales to get here. So retailers are doing everything they can to get you to pick them over their competitors. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis has details.
In today's Tech Bite, some of the best Black Friday tech deals according to CNET. Best Buy will have a great price on a 49-inch Toshiba 4K TV, only $200.
But it's a doorbuster, which means limited quantity and only in stores. Best Buy will also have a bargain on Beats EP with $30 off the original price.
And Walmart.com has a 32-inch Roku TV for just $125 with in-store pickup, more than $100 off the regular price.
And with more drones in the air, some drone wars are heating up.
The newest combatant is a drone-catching drone. It's made by Airspace Systems, and it uses a Kevlar net to capture a smaller drone without destroying it. Airspace is marketing its Inceptor to facilities seeking to extend their security footprint into the sky.
A Predator drone.
Yes.
Ooh.
Those are your Tech Bites.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Macy's.
Blue, the new number 5, Chanel.
At Macy's.
For lower back pain sufferers, the search for relief often leads here. Introducing drug-free Aleve Direct Therapy, a high-intensity TENS device that uses technology once only in doctors' offices. For deep penetrating relief at the source, new Aleve Direct Therapy.
Eucerin has been solving dry skin problems for over 100 years. Discover Eucerin Advanced Repair. It moisturizes dry, itchy, rough skin for immediate relief and proven 48-hour moisture. For healthier looking skin, look for Eucerin, now in the red cap.
On your TV, on your computer, on your camera, on your smartphone, on your Apple Watch. And now you can get ABC7, your Suncoast News on Fire TV. Just go to mysuncoast.com and click on the mobile tab for a list of fast and free downloads that deliver ABC7, your Suncoast News on the go. On air, online, and on your mobile device, this hurricane season turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Black Friday's biggest deals are still here. That's right, the Black Friday sales event is going strong at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Ram trucks are built tough enough to help you conquer whatever the day may throw your way with all the technology and comfort you'd find in a luxury vehicle. Right now, get over 20% off. That's up to $15,000 off a new Ram 1500. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
Batteries Plus bulbs keep stacks of batteries for cars, cell phones, watches, plus light bulbs for lamps, can lights, and appliances right on hand. Did I mention we also repair smartphones? Batteries Plus bulbs. Trust the plus. Visit Batteries Plus bulbs today.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
Alex Karras Lincoln's holiday sales event is here. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $269 per month or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, burnt turkeys and missed holiday deals are not what's worrying locals most this Thanksgiving. What discussion results suggest you steer clear of around the holiday table. And a message of unity from our president-elect, how a new video from Trump is addressing concerns about a divided America. But even protesters will have a Thanksgiving feast today. What one group is helping to make the holidays a little more enjoyable near the Dakota Access Pipeline.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back at 5:30. I'm Stephanie Roberts with meteorologist Josh Stone, wishing you a very happy Thanksgiving. And it looks like we have some pretty nice weather to help everybody with the holiday. A lot of people traveling around the Suncoast today.
Yeah, we pretty much do. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, looking pretty good there. There may be, as you reported, some patchy fog on the roadways in some locations this morning, so look out for that if you're going to be out in the roadways early today. But as far as temperatures go right now, pretty comfortable. 64 degrees in Sarasota, 60 in Venice, 57 in Northport, 58 in Punta Gorda. Move on, our radar is very quiet, maybe a few showers down Lee County, which is well to the south of us, but if you're traveling down 75, you could run into maybe a few sprinkles. But for the most part, the atmosphere is fairly dry, though we do have a little more humidity coming our way, and that's what's going to help temperatures rise into the lower 80s. Our average for this time of the year is 77. We're going to be just a tad above that today, so expect a few more clouds in the sky. And Stephanie, boy, you know, we're still in hurricane season. We have a hurricane in the Caribbean. We'll talk about it coming in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you very much, Josh. Checking out the roadways, very quiet out there this morning. No problems in Bradenton, I-75, accident-free, even through the construction zone. They were not able to pick those zones up, of course, on the interstate, but workers not out there this morning. You still need to have some extra caution. We were tracking a wreck on Tuttle. It has now been cleared. Things are quiet through Fruitville, Bee Ridge, and Clark Roads, and I-75 is accident-free all the way into South County. It is 5:32, and topping our news this half hour, the most dangerous question this Thanksgiving could be, who did you vote for? A lot of Americans are concerned that politics could ruin an otherwise pleasant Thanksgiving dinner. A new CNN ORC poll this morning finds that 53% of Americans are dreading the thought of talking about politics at the table. Even more interesting, the other 43% of Americans say they feel the opposite and are eager to talk politics with their families. So the results of the election seemingly play a key role in the levels of excitement and dread. Of the Republicans who responded to the poll, 58% say they'll go ahead and talk about it. The Democrats, 63% say they would rather not. And President-elect Donald Trump is working through the Thanksgiving holiday from Florida, spending the week at his Mar-a-Lago home in Palm Beach. Mr. Trump named 2 additional cabinet appointments, women who have not always been supporters of the president-elect. ABC's Stephanie Ramos has more from Washington.
This morning, President-elect Donald Trump and his family are hunkered down at the luxury Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. On Wednesday, he released this Thanksgiving message on social media.
It's my prayer that on this Thanksgiving, we begin to heal our divisions and move forward as one country.
While white men dominated his early staff picks, Trump's now nominated 2 women to join his cabinet. South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley to serve as U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, and charter school advocate Betsy DeVos to lead the Department of Education. Both women are strong Republican leaders, but also the president-elect's first female appointments. Neither were supporters of Mr. Trump on the campaign trail.
Donald Trump is everything we hear and teach our kids not to do in kindergarten.
Haley, who is the youngest governor in the country at 44 years old, feels differently now.
While I won't pretend to have always been President-elect's biggest cheerleader, I did vote for him, and I was absolutely thrilled to see him win.
Haley is the daughter of Indian immigrants, so she's the first minority selection, but has very little diplomatic experience. DeVos, who's pro-Common Core, was a delegate for Ohio Governor John Kasich, but is now on board with the Trump team. To lead the Commerce Department, Mr. Trump is expected to name 78-year-old billionaire investor Wilbur Ross, who may be one of the oldest members of the cabinet.
And Dr. Ben Carson, he isn't out of the running just yet. He says an announcement is coming on his role, possibly as head of housing and urban development. Some other top names being tossed around: Rudy Giuliani, David Petraeus, Mitt Romney. They're all still vying for the top diplomat spot, Secretary of State. Stephanie Ramos, ABC News, Washington.
While our president-elect is still sorting through the details of his transition into the White House, President Barack Obama and the first family are taking some time out of their last days there to serve up meals for veterans. Residents at the Armed Forces Retirement Home got a chance to chat with the president as he served turkey and gravy to them yesterday, complete with rolled-up sleeves and protective gloves. Mrs. Obama served beans and spinach. Sasha dished up the mashed potatoes, dressings, and cranberry sauce. The president is not the only one helping to serve up some cheer. Protesters in North Dakota are having surprise meals served to them as well. A group of local volunteers from Wisconsin is traveling to North Dakota this Thanksgiving to make sure pipeline protesters have plenty of great food for the holidays. The protesters have been subject to more than their fair share of stressful times as the controversy continues to surround the pipeline that is being constructed on Native American land. With violent police measures being issued on top of environmental conditions that protesters face while standing up to the calls, the individuals involved say they just want the protesters to have a nice Thanksgiving too.
Well, we need to do something. We need to have a call to arms, kind of, and we have this great bus which really enables us to take a lot out there and bring a lot of people out there. So we just started talking about it and made it happen. Organizing and cooking and make sure everybody has really full bellies and is really blessed for Thanksgiving.
Volunteers will also help build permanent structures for the winter for the protesters, who say they plan to stay with that pipeline project before those organizers then head back to Wisconsin on Sunday. Well, on top of all the delicious food that Thanksgiving brings, many families are looking forward to watching the 90th annual Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. But with it being such a popular event, police are, of course, concerned about public safety, and they are amping up security measures. The NYPD is positioning nearly 200 trucks down the 2.5-mile parade route in the city, using them to block off every single intersection along the way. This is the first time cars have not been allowed near the parade route. And that's just one part of a layered security plan. It includes 3,000 police officers, bomb-sniffing dogs, and rooftop snipers. While the mayor and police commissioner insist there are no specific threats against the parade, officials do admit that recent terrorist chatter has them on alert.
NYPD is more than ready to handle anything that is going on around us.
While law enforcement is doing the best they can to keep everyone safe this holiday season, they say that no matter where you are, you should stay on alert. Be sure to be aware of your surroundings and keep yourself in a position should you be able to get away from danger if any should arise. Well, while New York may be packed with people for the parade, a major airport in Florida is not so busy. Though plenty of travel took place yesterday, holiday travelers in Miami were surprised to see fewer people at the airport than expected. They said security lines were not long, the airport was not too crowded.
Boston.
And what do you think of the airport so far?
So far, it's great. We've pulled in no problem. I thought it'd be crazy busy today, but not very busy.
The day before Thanksgiving is typically one of the busiest travel days of the year, and while it did become busy throughout the day, in general, those of us in Florida were pretty satisfied with our journeys in and out of the state. It is being called a new tradition, shopping on Thanksgiving Day, but others say this Black Friday creep needs to stop. Laura Anthony is out with some shoppers in California and takes a look.
While many large retailers like Nordstrom will keep their doors shut this Thanksgiving, others will try to take advantage of what some are calling a new tradition, that is shopping on Thanksgiving. In the case of JCPenney, the start time is 3 p.m. Families come out. For the fourth year, Concord's Sun Valley Mall will open on Thanksgiving Day from 5 to midnight. Santa will start his shift at 8. It was a decision that we made based on consumer interest and demand.
The department stores are all open.
It's a big day, and I like that it kind of separates out instead of that big Black Friday. Now we get to spread it out a little bit.
But other national retailers like Crate & Barrel, Home Depot, and REI will close for the holiday. There's even a Change.org petition encouraging retailers like Target, JCPenney, and Macy's to close on Thanksgiving so their employees can spend the day with their families.
Gonna come out?
No,
Why not?
because I'm trying to get everything done before the mad rush.
Just relaxing with the family. We came to visit family from Los Angeles, so I don't like going with there's so much people, so much chaos going around.
Brian Berglund says he'll open his jewelry store grudgingly.
Given the choice, I would rather stay closed and spend time with our family. However, if you're in a mall environment, you're in Rome, you do what the Romans do.
Thank you.
In Concord, Laura Anthony.
It is a tough one. I mean, I hate to think that people have to leave their tables to go to work this evening. Can I assume you're not much of a shopper, Josh?
I like to do everything online.
Okay, I'd agree with
So
that.
I'm
Good
just,
deals today.
No like bustle or craziness. The the crowds.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking after dinner I may
quick.
sit down with the laptop and a glass of wine and do a little Thanksgiving
And a glass
shopping.
of wine, that could be trouble.
Do you like that
know?
part? No, I'll be here dark and early with you tomorrow
There
morning.
you go.
All right, well, Josh will have the forecast coming up after the break. But before you head out to do any shopping, Thanksgiving cooking, no doubt, is underway this morning, not just in your kitchen, but in ours too. Chef Judy up early to give us some advice on how to make our meals easy and delicious. Judy, what are we going to talk about?
Today we're going to talk about prepping your turkey. Now, by now you've either marinated or brined it. If you haven't, I'll walk you through the steps. It's not too late. You can even do it for an hour or two. We're going to season our bird both inside and out. Season prime rib in case you're having a roast beef. Talk about easy last-minute glazes. And I'm going to show you the easiest goat cheese mashed potatoes. They're all on the menu today, Stephanie. So I'll be here throughout the next hour.
Help make the wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions come true by attending Christmas in Candyland, Saturday, December 3rd from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Michael's on East. It'll be a wonderful family event with treats, music, cookie decorating, face painting, and other children's activities, followed by a special visit by Santa. Proceeds benefit the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central and Northern Florida. Get tickets at ChristmasinCandylandSRQ.com. Brought to you by these sponsors and ABC7. This holiday season, give the greatest gifts of all, safety and peace of mind. Subaru offers more 2016 IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus winners than any other brand. And now, during the Subaru Share the Love event, you can lease the most award-winning small SUV on the planet. A new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
They care. They take the time to understand you, take the time to understand your case.
There's no better satisfaction to me than to see a client who is happy because of the job we've done for them.
It's really actually very comforting to know that there's someone that you've heard of and you're getting recommendations about that you can turn to when you have a problem.
I felt like I had a partner in this, and he was going to be by my side.
Attention breast cancer survivors. If you experience permanent hair loss or baldness after chemotherapy, you may qualify for a cash award. Thousands of women suffering breast cancer were given a chemotherapy drug without being warned about the possibility of irreversible alopecia. If you or a loved one suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy, call 888-622-8732. Time to file a claim is limited. 888-622-8732. That's 888-622-8732.
Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Make your holidays sparkle with style. Browse our amazing showroom, cute collectible cottages, and beautiful Christmas displays. Find the inspiration, selection, and quality you need to deck the halls merry and bright. Christmas Traditions also features the area's largest selection of quality pre-lit Christmas trees, every size, shape, and color, and plenty of decorations to make your home shine for the holidays. Christmas Traditions by Lux Art Silks, where more is merrier. Visit us on New 301, just a quarter-mile north of University Parkway.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Josh Stone in for John Scalzi. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Rise and shine. Let's get up and let's get ready for the big dinner tonight for Thanksgiving dinner. Right now it's 64 degrees outside. We have clear skies. Dew point sitting at 58 degrees. Humidity at 80%. A little more humidity taking place, so we're going to have a little more cloud cover, and temperatures are going to be warming today into the lower 80s. Our average high is 77, so we'll be a few degrees above that today. A few clouds like I talked about, thanks to a little more humidity. And then for the weekend, no rain, even though there's a cold front coming. But another system looks to come our way next week that could be a better rainmaker for us. As far as the radar goes, everything looking very quiet at this hour. Maybe some areas of patchy fog, so look out for that if you're traveling on the roadways early this morning. But as far as any sort of rain, could be a few sprinkles down here in Lee County and Collier County. That's well to the south of us, but everywhere else looking very quiet. We do have a ridge of high pressure, and then there is a cold front coming down from the northwest. You can see these clouds associated with it, which will help bring a little more cloud cover, but behind it, very dry air. So really, it's going to be a dry cold front and maybe dip our temperatures down over the weekend, but unfortunately not bring us any rain. I say unfortunately because we only had 1/100th of an inch of rainfall for this entire month. So we really could use some rain, but I think next week, in the mid to latter part of next work week, we could get a system coming our way to bring us some more rainfall. Speaking of systems, boy, we have a hurricane down here in the Caribbean. It's going to affect Nicaragua and Costa Rica as this continues to track west. Right now, sustained winds are 85 miles per hour. This is not affecting us, but unfortunately the folks down here in Central America are dealing with it. I point this out, though, because we still are in the hurricane season. That's right. Starts on June 1st, ends on November 30th. So we're almost at the end of it, but right now we have a hurricane down here in Central America, and it looks like to track over Central America in the Pacific, lose its strength, and stay away from any sort of land source, which is great. As far as the forecast here in the lower 48, we do have a system that has caused some snow showers here in the UP of Michigan and some stronger winds. This is tracking eastward towards the northeast. This is not the biggest travel day. Yesterday was, and I've looked at some airport delays, very minimal delays here in the northeast, so not really a travel concern for today, which is good news. Here's that dry air, shows up in tan behind that cold front that's going to be tracking our way over the weekend. Hey, you're taking the boat out today? Well, expect seas offshore at 2 feet with a light chop, and water temperature right now at 69 degrees. As far as your weekend outlook, mostly sunny, partly cloudy skies, a little bit cooler over the weekend, but average highs, and then we climb right back up in the lower 80s by next week, and there's that rain chance, Stephanie, by mid to latter part of next week.
Okay, we'll be looking for that rain, but nice that it stays away for the holidays. Certainly nice for the commute. Folks obviously not trekking to work today, but rather family and friends' homes. It is quiet now. We're just starting to see a few folks out in Bradenton up and down 41. I-75 very quiet. The construction zones are still in place, even though you won't see workers today. Please be extra cautious with those lane changes and the orange barrels. 301 showing some volume north of downtown, but it's all quiet. Bee Ridge, Fruitville, and Clark roads. I-75 into South County also showing accident and delay free, but we expect a lot of volume on the roadways as we go through the later morning and mid-afternoon hours, so please travel safely throughout the day. With Thanksgiving officially here, of course, time for celebrations with friends and family and, of course, food. But there's a few things you can do to keep from gaining the extra holiday pounds. Experts say be sure to eat breakfast. It's an often forgotten meal, but it'll help give you the willpower to be more discriminating in your food and beverage choices later in the day. Also, simple exercises help offset the extra calories. Even house cleaning, dancing, shopping, walking around the mall, it can all raise your heart rate. Portion control is important. Nutritionists recommend stick with your holiday favorites, but skip the foods you can have all year round. Well, speaking of the foods we love, especially around Thanksgiving, Chef Judy is in the kitchen with us this morning, giving us tips as you get your turkeys out and in the oven. Judy is doing the same. How's it going, Judy?
Well, hey there, Stephanie, and happy Thanksgiving to everybody. By now, you probably have your shopping done. I need to let you know Whole Foods Market downtown is open for those last-minute things that you may need. I have my potatoes already boiling. Start them out with cold water and triple the amount of salt that you think should go in there with kosher salt, because as they're cooking, they're going to absorb salt, and that gets a better seasoning. Now, Stephanie and I were just talking off camera. She farms out the mashed potatoes because of the peeling part. I figured out two ways to do it. Either have a peeling potato contest with children, which I've done in the past, or use red potatoes. You leave the skin on, and it just makes a really great smashed. We're going to add goat cheese in a little while when they're ready, a few other things. Let's get to the main event, the turkey. If you have not brined your turkey yet, you can still do it. Take out the inside, rinse it with cold water, pat it dry. If you don't have a brining bag at home, that's okay. You can actually line your turkey pan with 2 clean garbage bags, okay? And then you can just take half a bottle of dry white wine, a pinch of brown sugar. I usually use about half a cup of apple cider or orange juice, whichever you have, 4 cloves of garlic, and a little bit of sesame oil and soy sauce, believe it or not, and some fresh thyme. If you don't have fresh thyme, don't stress, don't run to the store, use dry thyme. That, and then what you're gonna do is breast side down. Now, you're gonna preheat your oven depending on how big your bird is. My bird is 18 pounds. It's probably gonna take 4 hours, give or take, but I have that thermometer ready to go. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the turkey out of the brining bag, okay? And then I'm gonna rinse it and pat it really dry. We're going to come back to that part. Now I get my seasoning ready, because it's really important to season very liberally. So I'm going to take some paprika, you know, the sweet paprika for this. I don't want it spicy. Some garlic salt, and definitely poultry seasoning. Sage and poultry seasoning are just like, I'll take the Bell's poultry seasoning and then I'll bump it up with a lot more. So we've got that going, a little black pepper, and we're ready to start massaging the turkey. So stay with me. I'm coming back. I've got gravy started, and we're getting the bird ready to go.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We're armed with the most advanced weather technology.
And focus on the Suncoast.
The official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WindGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WindGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
They say good things come to those that wait. Well, you've waited long enough. You deserve to feel fabulous in your fashionable new Fiat 500X from Alfa Romeo Fiat in Sarasota. Boldly innovative, seductively stylish. Fiat gives you everything you'd expect from a capable utility vehicle, like a spacious interior and advanced safety systems, designed and built like a sexy little sportster. Don't wait any longer. You deserve to feel fabulous. Get a new Fiat at Alfa Romeo Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Sometimes, when the course is difficult and you might take a step where you could fall, it's important to trust and ask for help. That's one of the most important things we learned at Tidewell's Teen Grief Retreat. On your grief journey, there are going to be difficult parts, but you have to trust in yourself and your support systems and know there are people around who will help you make it through. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Welcome back at 5:55. A trip to the grocery store this time of year is no doubt chaotic, especially when you bring the kids. Well, Danielle Vincent from Cedar Rapids ran to the store with her son Benjamin to grab a few groceries, some last-minute Thanksgiving ingredients. She was halfway through the checkout process when she realized she forgot her wallet. Her bill was about $178. Out of the blue, the lady behind Danielle offered to pick up the tab.
It's just been such a cool, amazing experience that has not only impacted me, but has now spread to the community.
She asked the woman for an address to pay her back, but the woman said she just wanted to do something to help for the holidays. Now, Danielle says she wants to do something to help others. She's going to pay it forward by buying cups of coffee for people whenever she is at the coffee shop. It's just nice to see people
really
in the
nice
holiday spirit, but
Exactly.
even if you can't do something to that extent of generosity, just anything, little acts of kindness here and there make a big difference for everybody.
Pay it forward.
All right, we'll be right back with the 6 o'clock news on this Thanksgiving morning.